So I got a lucky position, got sent to Walter Reed right out of residency. Sent me to Walter Reed as a professor to teach emergency medicine trauma and become assistant chief of their emergency department there. Here's where I made my mistakes. I said, I'm going to do it on my own. I'm going to build my own clinic, and I'm going to be Dr. Gonzalez, damn it, and I'm going to practice medicine the best way. And I have a heart for my veterans. So I'm going to have a separate veteran section, a wellness center, a veterans wellness center, a wounded warriors wellness center. So I went on my own, thinking I could do it on my own. So since then, my clinic's still alive. It's in Silver Spring, Maryland, and I do wellness, weight loss, hormone replacement, and I take people off their medications rather than putting on. Yes, I'm an MD physician, and my first priority is to take people off their medications. I knew I needed to get the word out, but I didn't know how to do it. Again, I'm a little lost. I'm the expert in my field, but I'm certainly not the expert in learning how to spread my stuff out in a business way to get true health, wellness, and weight loss out there. I get introduced to Professor David Ramadan, who's going to speak right after me, and I'm going to let him introduce himself, but he is the man when it comes to understanding business, when it comes to understanding that entrepreneurial spirit, because he's done a lot. He asked me to basically spread the word of health and wellness and weight loss. By the way, weight loss is a horrible term. The only reason why I weigh people in my clinic is because you expect me to weigh you. Otherwise, I don't care about your weight. I really don't care about your weight. I care about how you feel, and I care about your health. If I manage your health, weight loss, your metabolism, weight loss comes as a side effect rather than a reason.
I am the founder and chief executive officer of a company called Revolism, my latest venture. And what is franchising? Franchising is basically taking everything that Charles talked about and saying, all right, we've done all of this, we figured it out, you don't have to go through these pains and research and go into the details and try to figure out what works, what doesn't work, what's available, what's not available. Somebody else has done that and says, here's a box, it's ready, you're willing to open up a business, we will give you A to Z. All you gotta do is follow this, right? There's advantages and disadvantages to that. What are the advantages of being in franchising? What I just talked about. You got a business, you got a model, you got a name, you have somebody's experience. You're not alone, even though there are great resources if you're starting. After you start, okay, now what? You still need somebody to do the marketing, you still need somebody to tell you how to set up the Facebook and the Twitter, and somebody who does the taxes and so on and so forth. Franchising offers you all of that for a continuous fee. So they're gonna sell you a business that is set up in a box for you to go. You're gonna pay for this business today, and you're gonna pay a continuous fee for the right to keep using this name and to get all the services packaged up. Simple as that. Franchising can be a multi-million-dollar business like McDonald's, and can be $1,000 dog business that exists today. And there's all kind of franchising, whether it's whatever your passion is, whether it's health and wellness like our business, whether it's exercise, whether it's dogs, pets, whether it's cleaning business, whether it's vending business. There's a franchise for anything you can think of. What are the disadvantages of franchising? Costs you a little money to pay for it, and your profits are a little less because you're sharing part of what you make with somebody else. What are the other, what some people call disadvantages, or not necessarily a disadvantage, but a challenge to a civilian going in franchising versus should not be a challenge to a military person going to franchising? It's following the rules, right? You all are accustomed to follow the rules, and that is an advantage in a franchisee. The biggest challenge franchisor is the company that sells the franchise, franchisee is the person that buys the business, buys the franchise. One of the biggest challenges in franchising are franchisees that decide, but I can do this better. Yes, you may be able to do this part better, or this part better, or this part better, but the minute you do, you broke that chain, and now the system doesn't work. Versus if you're accustomed to just following orders, in franchise it's not orders per se as much as direction. You're your own business owner. You want to corrupt it, you want to bankrupt it, not doing yourself any good. You get a contract you got to pay for 5 to 10 years. But if you follow the system, it had proved that it works. 77% of regular businesses go out of business. 70+% of franchises stay in business. So those numbers are incredible for somebody who wants to start their own business. Does a franchise mean that you're guaranteed you're going to go make $1 million? No, right? Franchise is a system that guarantees that if you do it and follow it, that system works. If you put the hard work, that system works, but you still get to do the hard work. But franchising sets you up quick, and that's the other thing. Charles said businesses don't run quick, right? Well, yeah, I can set up franchisee in a week after they go through training, because everything's preset. You gotta take it, you gotta just plug it in there. Now, if you're looking for a brick and mortar, it might take you 2, 3, 4, 5 months to find a brick and mortar and decorate it and set it up. But if you're doing a virtual franchise or a quick franchise or a home-based business franchise, you can be going in weeks after you do your training. I saw something that I couldn't pass on, an incredible system that has been developed by an expert called Jim Lavelle, a world-renowned nutritionist, pharmaceutical guy, bestseller book. A system that George Washington University Medical School teaches to their integrative medicine doctors. That's how high the system is. A system that Dr. G applies in his clinic. It's a system that takes an individual, assess that individual based on labs, based on behavior, based on questions, basically do a full assessment to figure out what is your metabolic deficiency. What is your metabolic imbalance? Not in general, not all men are the same, not all women are the same, right? Not all equal. Here's some statistics. I love statistics. CDC says 77% of us Americans are overweight. 3 out of 4 people. 30% are obese. That's over 30% of your body is in fat tissue. I was one of them. I moved from the obese to the overweight. I still got 20 pounds to go. 99% of Americans, everybody in this room, even the fit officer over there, if I test him right now, he's got some sort of nutritional deficiency and he has no idea or doesn't know what to think. What do? We walk into a GNC or we go to a shelf on a supermarket and we pick the bottle that says new and improved. That must be the one we should take, right? So we buy that one. Yeah. Or my cousin is taking CoQ10, so I should do that as well. Or this one says this is for women only. That one says it's for men only. Do you know what you need? You don't. Jim Lavelle created a system that tests you, figures out exactly what you need, and sends you some supplements that are different than you, and those that need weight management, then we put them on a specific diet that is a scientific diet. So what do? We partnered up and we created Revolism. We licensed this great system that Jim Lavelle had created. It's called the Metabolic Code. And we put it in a non-medical franchise that anybody can buy and open. And we created 2 models. We created a brick and mortar model for those that want to spend $150,000 and set up a business and open up a shop and people come to them. We also created a virtual model. To work from home, you can work from a little office, you can work where you work within your community. Whether it's somebody who's going to work part-time, after work, before work, on the weekend to go to their community and offer the service, or whether it is somebody who wants to do it full-time, we got a model for all.